Welcome. Hello. Good to see you. So I'll just speak for a little bit here and then we'll move into practicing. And what we're practicing really is, it's almost like the art of becoming available, the art of availability, the art of listening to something other than what is coming and going. I mean, certainly there is the world of coming and going. We're not trying to deny that, although in an absolute sense, it's hard to really believe in it. But certainly there is the world of coming and going. But it's mostly what we're listening to. Even in deep realization, we can sit at retreat, we can sit at home and have a deep realization. We can be living as someone who no longer identifies as the coming and going, but rather as the deep I, the deeper sense of self, the inter-beingness, the oneness, unity consciousness, all of that. And yet we can be pulled in, mesmerized, hypnotized by the coming and going through the senses and through our belief, feeling, thought, thinking, narrating, believing, feeling, kind of cycle, hamster wheel. It's very habituated, deeply, deeply habituated. So what we're practicing is the remembering of what we have realized, and then becoming, it's like the art of becoming available to that, to rest as that, to receive and respond as that. Because the mesmerization, the allegiance to the narrative, to the believer itself, is very entrenched beyond our wildest imagination. I mean, if you really want to get a deep feeling of it, read Adya's description of it in The Way of Liberation, called The False Self. It's vast and has a lot of momentum. So we're not failing if we are not always living from and as our deepest understanding of who we are, that most important question. We're not failing, we're just breaking a habit that is deeply mesmerizing, seductive, as all the paths talk about. And very seductive through our senses, through our sensory awareness and our self-consciousness, our narrator. So when we come to something, a gathering, where we agree to almost like commit, pledge, I don't know how to say it, together to pay attention, give attention to something other than the coming and going, something deeper, something ever-isness, the infinite, beyond all coming and going, formlessness. It's beyond all that. It's beyond life and death. It's beyond qualifications, descriptions, knowingness. Then that is our contribution. That is our prayer. So it's not a gathering of I hate to say it's not, and shoulds and shouldn'ts and all of that, but the intention here, the invitation, the encouragement is one of remembering and then reorienting to that remembering so that we can foster and nurture a responsive receptivity to our deepest nature, our true nature, that we may become as that, rather than bringing a want. The old school idea of petitioning a power outside of ourselves, where we're very unhappy. I'm not saying the unhappiness is, I'm not judging anybody or anything. We're very unhappy with the world and the events and maybe our own personal struggles. And so we then begin to look for or ask for or bring attention to that through a sense of lack, a sense of want, a sense of seeking. And it's very innocent. That's a very innocent and mostly noble way, but it is an endless hamster wheel of lacking, finding, then more lacking, then finding. I mean, it will never end. It will never end. So I understand that we're all kind of newbies at the idea that God is good, basically, always and already, and only the believing mind makes it otherwise. That's a very difficult thing to swallow. And at satsang last week, somebody asked me from their deepest heart, like, how can you possibly say all is well? How can you say that? And I appreciated that challenge, and I appreciated that inquiry. I understand where that's coming from deeply, because in the coming and going sense of selfhood, all is not well, and we'd be crazy to think so. But that isn't where I'm inviting and encouraging us to rest in these practice sessions. To look beyond that for that which is not coming and going, right here in the midst. It's not far, it's not distance, it's here. It's amongst and amidst all of the perceived trials and tribulations and imagined evils. I wanted to read something from Trungpa Rinpoche that has been very close to me for the last 5 years. It's like a compass reset. It has a depth to it that could be continuously contemplated. And if you've discovered this, what he's speaking about, you know, and if you haven't, we have the opportunity in this gathering to look, to inquire and practice. When you look into your heart, you find to your surprise that your heart is empty. You find that you are looking into outer space. What are you? Who are you? Where is your heart? If you really look, you won't find anything tangible or solid. If you search for the awakened heart, if you put your hand through the rib cage and feel for it, there's nothing there but tenderness. You feel sore and soft, and if you open your eyes to the coming and going world, you feel tremendous sadness and grief. But the grief doesn't come from being mistreated or feeling sad because someone has insulted you or that the world is impoverished in some way. Rather, this experience of sadness is unconditioned. It occurs because your heart is completely open, empty, and exposed. And this is the real kicker here. It is the pure, raw heart, naked. Even if a mosquito lands on it, it feels so touched. And it is this naked heart, this empty heart of a warrior that has the power to heal the world. So it can sound like, what do you mean? My heart is full of care, and my heart is full of compassion, and my heart is full of wanting to be a good person, and my heart is full of spiritual seeking so that I can be that better person, and I can meet the world in a better way, and I can all this. But it's the tender, empty heart of a warrior that has the power to heal the world. It's empty. There's nothing tangible, fixed, or identified. There's nothing knowing. There's nothing claiming that some things should be better and some things are worse and some things are right and some things are wrong. It is just naked, raw responsiveness to each and every moment from a deeper sense, an empty sense, an infinite, a communion with the infinite. And from that place is the inspiration, the creativity, and the power that is beyond the thinking mind, that is beyond the personal heart. The personal heart can't bear the coming and going world. We've tried that for ages. We've tried it.